Greetings and welcome to Unit 15 of Module 1 of TALG. This unit is related to writing course outcomes, and this is the goal of this entire module on outcome based education. And in the earlier unit, we understood the role of a taxonomy table in aligning outcomes, assessment and instruction. So, all our discussions about the nature of outcome, assessment and instruction, we were trying to talk in terms of the cells of taxonomy table and the address of the cell. That is what we tried to develop a terminology related to taxonomy table. Now, in this unit, we write outcomes of a course and locate them in the taxonomy table. Simple. We write an outcome and follow, in writing the outcome we will try to follow a structured method, and having written we will try to locate them in the taxonomy table. Now, see, any course that we are talking now of course outcomes of a course, that means we are talking of courses. Courses are elements of a program. So, any course that you look at should be, one should remember that course cannot be considered or seen in isolation from the other courses of the program. For us, a BA in economics is a program, it is an entity. So, there are several courses which are included in the, which are there in the program BA economics, but the program itself has very specified program outcomes and program specific outcomes. So, what happens is any single course in a program cannot be seen in isolation from the others. So, if you talk about graduates of all undergraduate and PG general programs in India are required to attain program outcomes identified by the university, and if it is an autonomous institution then by the college itself, and program specific outcomes identified by the university or the department offering the program. Okay. Our department would mean generally like board of studies. And how do we attain this program POs and PSOs? They are mainly attained through courses, and sometimes there could be a project which is not compulsory in all programs, and some co-curricular and extracurricular activities. These are the only means that we have in terms of attaining the outcomes. But one thing should be remembered, that when we are talking about attainment of POs and PSOs, whatever we are measuring, whatever we are trying to attain something, should be done by all the students of the in the program. For example, you will have some courses which are electives. Electives would mean that some students are not taking that particular course by the very definition of that. Same thing with respect to co-curricular and extracurricular activities. All students will not participate in the same activity, that should be remembered. So, we will come to that, which course to be addressed, which not to be addressed, we will come to that later. Now, coming to the courses, courses are broadly classified as per the current UGC terminology as core courses, electives, Courses are broadly classified into core courses. Core courses means all students take these courses, and there are electives. That means any elective is taken only by some students, and there are what are called ability enhancement courses and skill enhancement courses. This is the terminology presently used by UGC. And here, for example, ability enhancement courses are compulsory for all students, but skill enhancement courses are to be treated as electives. That means every student will not take every skill enhancement course. Okay. So, POs and PSOs are to be attained through core courses, ability enhancement courses, and activities in which all students participate. They could be co-curricular and extracurricular activities, but only those activities where all students participate can be considered. And when you look at this, the courses constitute the dominant part of any program in terms of credits or in terms of the amount of time both teachers and students spend. The courses constitute the dominant part of any UG or even PG programs. Now, under the present CBCS choice based credit system, the courses can be of many types. That is one of the nature of credit system. It can be a 3:0:0. What does it mean? There are 3 classroom sessions per week over a semester. Next digit corresponds to number of hours tutorial, and the third digit corresponds to number of credits per week over a semester. So, you can have all kinds of combination. A pure theory course can be 3:0:0, or it could be 3:0:1. What it means is you have 3 credits for theory, the classroom interactions, and 1 credit for laboratory. 3:1:0, what it means is 3 hours of classroom activity, but 1 hour strictly is for tutorial. That means you are not addressing new material, but you are readdressing. Student is getting engaged with the material that was already taught. You can have 4:0:0, you can have 4:0:2, or you can have 5:1:0, and you can have 0:0:2, 0:0:1, and so on. You can have several combinations, all are permissible. For example, skill enhancement courses are dominantly 2 credits, which can mean either I have it as 0:0:2 or 1:0:1. Okay. So, these are all possibilities exist. And now one thing that has happened, as we notice, that while the credit system has been around for quite some time, but it is only a kind of a label that is given to a course rather than strictly implemented. What does 1 credit mean? 1 hour of classroom interaction per week over a semester. Okay. Let us take one may have 15 to 16 teaching weeks in a semester. It depends on how you want to compute. In some institutions we know of, there are only 14 teaching weeks. The rest of them are all used for concerned examinations or tests or some other activities, but actual classroom interaction is restricted to anywhere from 14 to 16 weeks. Even if you take the highest one, 1 credit is defined as 1 hour of classroom session interaction per week over a semester. So, 1 credit would mean 16 classroom hours over a semester maximum, and 1 hour of tutorial per week over a semester, or 2 hours of laboratory or field work per week over a semester. So, what does 3:0:0 mean? The 3:16 maximum or minimum 3:14. Okay. that is 40 to 48 classroom sessions per week and no more. And 3:1:0 would mean that I will have 42 to 48 classroom sessions and 14 to 16 sessions of tutorial. That is what it means. So, this is something that need to, why is it important? Because the level of the content, the scope of the course or the amount of content that is dealt with in a course should be commensurate with the number of classroom hour of interactions that we have. So, for example, I cannot have a 2:0:0 course and give them 70 classroom sessions. They are totally incompatible and against the UGC norm, though in some places it seems to be happening. So, one should move towards this credit definition, that there is no particular choice about the credit definition. It is universal throughout the world and it has been adopted by UGC quite some time back. So, one should be very clear, and as I said, the number of classroom hours of interaction will also decide the amount of content that you are dealing with. And again, once again we want to repeat this, students learn well when they are clear about what they should be able to do at the end of a course, that is course outcomes. Assessment is in alignment with what they are expected to do. Rewording that, assessment is in alignment with course outcomes. Instructional activities are designed and conducted to facilitate them to acquire what they are expected to achieve. Alignment between instruction, assessment and course outcomes. Now, what are course outcomes? Course outcomes are what the student should be able to do at the end of a course. Stating in other words, it is an effective ability including attributes, skills and knowledge. That means, if one is willing to do all the three domains that a course outcome can address, that is cognitive, affective and psychomotor domain, to successfully carry out some activity which is totally identified. That is what a course outcome is. The most important aspect of a course outcome is it should be measurable. We have already mentioned this. When you talk about any outcome, it should be observable and measurable. If it does not satisfy these two properties, it is not an outcome, it is certainly not a course outcome. Okay. Now, how do we write the outcomes? For example, what people call learning outcomes or instructional objectives. There are several other words that are used, we have listed them, like the learning outcomes or instructional objectives have been an issue of all educationists or people who work in the area of education or educational psychology. They are all concerned with that. One of the early ones is due to Mager, who is still active, who still talks about how to attain these learning outcomes. And in 1962, he proposed that a learning outcome should have three elements. One is called performance. The outcome statement should always say what the learner should be able to do. It is a fairly, for us it becomes a bit nebulous. And then condition, the outcomes always describe the important conditions, if any, that if any is important, under which the performance is to occur. For example, at school level, a student should be able to, let us say, add 7-digit numbers on paper and pencil, which means the condition is paper and pencil. Okay. So, but I need not even set that condition. instead of paper and pencil I do not write anything. So, the student is welcome to use a calculator, a paper and pencil, or maybe even a laptop, or whatever that you want to call. Okay. So, condition if any means it is optional. Then criterion, whenever possible an outcome describes the criterion of an acceptable performance by describing how well the learner must perform in order to be considered acceptable. This performance, for it to be acceptable, you define some criteria. That means you should be able to measure using vernier calipers the length of a given material, whatever line or object within, let us say, 0.1 millimeter. So, unless I am able to measure within that, it is performance is not acceptable. So, that becomes a criterion for acceptance of the performance. So, conditions are optional and criteria are also optional. So, strictly speaking I can have just one statement called performance for a course outcome. Then what happens, the same learning outcomes and instructional objectives as per Anderson Bloom, they said it will have a common stem. That means student should be able to, I will keep that and keep it aside. That means whenever I read the course outcome statement, whether I write it or not, I will read it as student should be able to, and then this particular stem should be followed by a verb phrase. That means it need not be a single verb, it can be verb phrase and an object of the phrase. What are you acting on? Object for that activity. The verb phrase states the mental process belonging to any of the cognitive levels, like any of the 6 cognitive levels, and the object of the phrase states the type of knowledge, what kind of knowledge it is acting on. So, the Anderson and Bloom have used the words verb phrase, object of the phrase. So, what we are suggesting, we are proposing a structure of the learning outcome by combining the elements proposed by Mager with the phrase and object of the Anderson and Bloom. So, we will replace the word performance of Mager will now consist of a phrase and occasionally 2 phrases and 1 or more objects, if you want to talk in the language of Anderson and Bloom. We retain the optionality of condition and criterion. So, the proposed structure of course outcome statement in cognitive, affective and psychomotor domains, in addition to the common stem, consists of action, knowledge, condition and criterion. So, this is the structure of a CO statement we are proposing. We call it action, represents a cognitive, affective, psychomotor activity the learner should perform. An action is indicated by an action verb, occasionally 2 representing the concerned cognitive process. We have given a whole bunch of action verbs for all the domains. So, when you write a outcome statement, one should start with assuming that the common stem is already written down. So, a CO statement should always start with an action verb. That is the requirement. And then it consists of knowledge, represents a specific knowledge from any 1 or more of the 4 knowledge categories. It need not be only from 1, it can be 1 or more of the 4 knowledge categories. Then condition represents the process the learner is expected to follow or the condition under which to perform the action. For example, if you want the student to titrate something, you have to specify which particular equipment in the laboratory should be used to perform that particular action. Okay? That becomes a condition. and the criterion represents the parameters that characterize the acceptability levels of performing the action. This is also an optional element. So, there are 4 elements of a CO statement: action, knowledge, condition and criterion. Condition and criterion are optional. Occasionally you may want to use 2 action verbs. Under what conditions do we want to use? There are 2 cognitive processes that a student should participate or should perform on the same set of knowledge elements. Only in such cases 2 action verbs should be used. It should not be used as simply because I have written too many, I bring 2 and write just and between the 2 statements. No, you cannot use 2 action verbs for combining 2 COs into one. For example, let us take an example: prepare and explain financial statement using fund flow and cash flow. The knowledge part of it is financial statement using fund flow and cash flow. Financial statement is the knowledge element, using fund flow and cash flow are the conditions. But what happens, preparing the statement is important, and explaining the financial statement is also equally important. That means both the cognitive activities have the same knowledge element and same condition, and only in such cases we use of 2 action verbs are permitted. Okay. Now, let us look at some samples. Determine the slope from the given topographical map using Wentworth method. Action is determine. It belongs to apply cognitive process. Knowledge part is slope. It is both a concept as well as there is a procedure associated with that. And what is the condition? You have to do it from a given topographical map, and that too you have to use Wentworth method. You have to determine the slope. We have not put any criteria for that. Okay. So, these are the elements of this sample. Model a spring mass system as a differential equation. Modeling, as we said, it belongs to the category of understanding. Knowledge element is spring mass system, which is conceptual. Condition as a differential equation, you want to model it only as a differential equation, that is a condition, and there is no criterion. Solve the problems in population genetics using Hardy-Weinberg law. Now, action is solve, which belongs to apply. Knowledge, population genetics, conceptual and procedural, and condition is using Hardy-Weinberg law, and there is no criterion. Sample 4. Understand the concept of continental drift, plate tectonics and isostasy. Now, it is the action is understand. The other one is continental, the knowledge elements are continental drift, plate tectonics and isostasy, and all are conceptual. There is no condition, there is no criterion. Sample 5. Estimate the test reliability using Cronbach alpha method, accurate up to 2 decimal places from the given test results. So, action is estimate, that belongs to apply. Knowledge is test reliability, conceptual as well as procedural, and condition is Cronbach alpha method and given test results. These are the 2 you have to work only on the test results and using Cronbach alpha method, and criterion is accurate up to 2 decimal places. So, as you can see, all the elements are present in the case of this sample. Now what we do, we locate these sample statements in the taxonomy table. So for example, S1, S2, S3, S5 all are belong to apply, but they have both conceptual and procedural knowledge. That is why we locate them in both the cells, that is in the cell 3,2 and the cell 3,3, whereas S4 there is only one category of knowledge, namely conceptual, and there is one cognitive process, understand. So it is in one cell. S4 is in 2,2. So all this S represents the sample course outcomes that we have presented in the earlier slides. Now based on the knowledge presented till now, or based on the procedures that we have given till now, write 3 course outcomes in the structure presented from the courses you are familiar with and locate them in the AB taxonomy table. This is at the first level exercise. If we will be looking at in the next unit, there are many other conditions to be followed when you write a good course outcome, and we will try to show some sample course outcomes and ask you to find out what are the errors in writing those course outcome statements. Thank you very much.